Ngā mihi o te aranga. Easter blessings to you wherever you are, in your homes, in your isolations, Papas, and we hope you're all well and enjoy being back to school. As usual, on Thursday lunchtimes, we will have not our Thursday lunchtime Mass, but we will have a lockdown liturgy or maybe a Google Meet Mass. Please switch in and join us. You're invited. Today we will have a liturgy of the word. Caleb will read the gospel. We have a short reflection by Father Phil. And then you will hear the global youth choir by Teze, the Easter choir. Enjoy.
A reading from the Gospel of Luke. The two then explained to them what had happened on the road and how they had recognized the Lord when he broke the bread. While the two were telling them this, suddenly the Lord himself stood among them and said to them, "Peace be with you." They were terrified, thinking that they were seeing a ghost. But he said to them, "Why are you alarmed? Why are these doubts coming up in your minds? Look at my hands and my feet, and see that it is I myself. Feel me, and you will know, for a ghost doesn't have flesh and bones, as you can see I have." He said this and showed them his hands and his feet. They still could not believe. They were so full of joy and wonder. So he asked them, "Do you have anything here to eat?" They gave him a piece of cooked fish, which he took and ate in their presence. Then he said to them, "These are the very things I told you about while I was still with you. Everything written about me in the law of Moses, the writings of the prophets, and the Psalms had come true." Then he opened their minds to understand the scriptures, and said to them, "This is what is written. The Messiah must suffer and must rise from death 3 days later, and in his name the message about repentance and the forgiveness of sins must be preached to all nations, beginning in Jerusalem. You are witnesses of these things." This is the word of the Lord.
All through this week, the church focuses, as you would expect, on Jesus' resurrection from the dead and his appearing to his disciples. In fact, every day this week is like a Sunday in the church, feast days of the highest order. But it might be difficult for all of us, to really appreciate that and to get in the mood of celebration in the current context of our lives, in the way that we're living at the moment. But in many ways, that's what the resurrection of Jesus is all about. We hear in our reading today that Jesus comes into the locked room where his disciples were hiding out of fear and uncertainty of what is going on. And in a similar way, Jesus comes into our locked rooms, perhaps the locked rooms of our hearts, into our fear and uncertainty. And he says, as he says to his disciples, "Peace be with you." He brings hope into our fears and anxieties. The disciples think that Jesus is a ghost or that he's not real, and these too might be fears of ours. And Jesus goes to great lengths to prove to them that it's him, that he is real. And then they believe to the extent that they give their own lives for him. Our faith is built upon their witness and also in Jesus working in our own lives. So invite the risen Jesus into your lives again today, into any fears or anxieties, hearing again his words to the disciples, "Peace be with you." God bless you all as you continue your studies at home.